What is up, ladies and genitals? 4eyes in here coming at you, coming through, and in today's video I'll be ranking the submachine guns in Call of Duty Vanguard from worst to best. This tier list is specifically for multiplayer public matches where every attachment is allowed. These are just my opinions, so feel free to agree or disagree in the comment section below. Without further ado, let's get started with our up-to-date tier list. Kicking off our number 7 spot is going to be the STen. Up close, I rank it in the 6th spot. When I first used the STen, I thought it was a solid submachine gun with its low recoil, but once I started unlocking the other SMGs, I noticed the weapon's flaws immediately. Its main flaw is that it just doesn't have as fast of a time to kill compared to the other SMGs on this list. The only way it can compete would be if you equip the 20 round fast mags. However, since the magazine is so small, it's just not the ideal attachment to use when going against multiple enemies. The STen is an easy to use submachine gun that just lacks the time to kill of the other ones I placed higher on this list. Moving on to our number 6 spot is going to be the Owen gun. Up close, I rank it in the 7th spot because it does have the slowest time to kill up close. The Owen gun has the potential to be the best submachine gun in the game. It has low recoil, a quick time to kill, and a great set of attachments. To me, I think the Owen gun is bugged because the weapon has a magazine attachment that can increase the weapon's damage to 50 damage per bullet. Since you have 100 health in the game, it should be able to kill in 2 shots, but for whatever the reason, it just isn't able to. I have even experimented with using the incendiary rounds and it still can't 2-shot, so I don't know if this was intentional to keep the Owen gun in line with the other SMGs. If this ever gets fixed to the point where the Owen gun can actually kill in 2 shots, then this SMG will probably rise to that number 1 spot. Next up in our 5th spot is the Type 100. Up close, I rank it 3rd. From 5th place all the way to 1st place, they are so close that you can't really go wrong with any of the SMGs in the top 5. The difference is so small, and I highly recommend using any of these weapons. The Type 100 used to be the best submachine gun since it could 2-shot with a combination of Vital and the Russian short mags. After the nerf, it isn't as overpowered, but I would not sleep on the Type 100 because it's still very good. With the right attachments, it has one of the fastest time to kills up close. That's why I ranked it in 3rd. The SMGs I rank above the Type 100 just has a little bit more going for them in specific areas. One of those SMGs is gonna be the Thompson, which is in our number 4 spot. The Thompson is actually my favorite submachine gun on this list. Up close, I have it ranked in 2nd. This submachine gun is my favorite one to use to just go out and pub stomp with because it has the largest magazine size in the class with 50 rounds. You can also increase it up to 100 rounds just like a light machine gun. It has the 2nd fastest time to kill up close with the Kurz mags and the Chariot rapid barrel equipped. To me, the Thompson is just so versatile and it's a delight to use. It just falls short of the top 3 SMGs, but it's honestly so close, and I would still recommend you use the Thompson, especially in those close quarters maps like Shipment and Das Haus. Breaking into our number 3 spot is going to be the PPSH. Up close, I rank it number 1. If we're talking about raw time to kill, the PPSH kills blistering fast because of its fire rate. It can go over 1000 rounds per minute. The gun absolutely melts people instantly up close. If we're talking about weaknesses, the PPSH is just hard to control because the fire rate is so high, but you can use attachments to make it more controllable. This thing loves close quarters engagements, and it deserves the number 1 spot for up close and personal use. It's very forgiving because of the fire rate and fast time to kill, even with all the latency variation and packet burst in Vanguard. The reason why I put it 3rd is just the 2 SMGs I ranked above it are better overall weapons. Falling short in our number 2 spot is the old number 1, which is the MP40. Up close, I rank it 5th. Compared to some of the submachine guns on this list, the MP40 actually has a slower time to kill than the Type 100, Thompson, and PPSH, which could be surprising to people since I have it ranked in the number 2 spot. However, as an overall weapon, the MP40 is just so easy to use. The gun has low recoil, hits like a truck, has good range, and is a good all-around SMG. When I rock the SMG and I don't know what to use, I can always rely on the MP40. It did receive a little nerf this season, but it's barely noticeable, so the MP40 is still a solid choice. Finally, in our number 1 spot, it should be no surprise, it's the Welken. Up close, I did rank it in 4th. It has a slightly faster time to kill than the MP40. What the Welken is in my eyes, it's just a slightly buffed MP40 in terms of range and time to kill. The Welken can cross-snap people like an AR. It's very similar to the MP40 and Owen gun in that respect. For submachine gun, the Welken has ridiculous range. The major trade-off to me is it does have one of the slowest aim gun sight speeds, and it has a weird recoil pattern that tends to go horizontal. I think that's a fair trade-off, since if it didn't have any weaknesses, then the Welken would be the go-to option in the class. Overall, I think the submachine gun class is extremely stacked and competitive. You could honestly interchange most of these depending on your playstyle. That is it for the current tier list. Namaste my friends, and I will talk to you all next time.